Due to the ignorance of our host, parental discretion is advised.
Well, don't be so quiet, Mr. Sarge Helbach. Episode 232. I got it right this time, Jack. Welcome back to the other side of the Beehive. Brian Helbach, sir.
How are you?
I haven't seen you in so long.
It's been a minute.
Last time I saw you, you were still dicking around with curbing.
Yeah. Shit, that's been a minute.
Right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it last time you were here?
Yeah.
Was it last time you were here for the game? Like the charity game? The one Justin and I went to?
Yeah.
I think you came in for more than that, didn't you?
For the Grizzlies.
The Guns and Hoses? What a
Yeah.
beautiful name.
Gotta love it.
Guns and Hoses. Guns and Hoses. It's people from
The Guns and Hoses?
Yeah.
It's police and fire.
police and fire. That's so badass. Guns and Hoses. And a bunch of hoes. What? And now you're like a
Fucking truck driver.
you're a mother trucker, dude.
I'm a mother trucker.
How you like that?
I love it.
Do you really?
I do. It's been one of the best things I've done in a long time.
Really? What is it? The fact that you leave, the fact that the road, the fact. I mean, you just
drive
listen, you just jam your music. You just jam some Jelly Roll that I'm sure you listen to while you're driving.
I don't really listen to much music when I drive. It's podcasts.
Oh, really?
But it's just being on the road. Back when I was struggling with my mental shit, going for a drive just
Yeah.
is what helped me. So now, last year I did 110,000 miles.
Damn.
So-
What's the most you've made in a day, money wise?
Uh,
If you want to tell.
I did a load from Martinez, California back to Ogden, and it weighed like 15 pounds, and it paid me $3,200.
Jesus. Jack is like, well, fuck my job.
And it was an 11-hour drive.
Really?
Yeah,
$3,200.
it was nice. You don't get those very often, but
And that is getting paid. Look, that's a brand new shirt, by the way.
this one's not.
Just
This
kidding.
one's old, bro.
I'm just kidding.
Like this one's like one of my first ones I got. I got a closet full of them now.
You wear those when you ride? Mm-hmm. Why the
Even when it's
stigma?
hot.
Why the label? You and Dan.
I like
She didn't see.
the
By the
brand.
way, his beautiful wife is here, Sharon, but she refuses to be on camera.
I like them. The collars stay down. They don't get wrinkly.
You know you're wearing a construction vest, right? That's what you're wearing right now.
It's called high vis, man. I got to be seen.
You wear that when you're what do you wear when you drive? Are you a flip flop kind of guy? Are you a
So it depends on
Shorts.
the time. Yeah, if I don't, depending on where I'm going, because some places like today I had to, like it's in a job site where you have to wear pants.
oh yeah.
So if it's summertime, generally I'll wear shorts, t-shirt, and then I'll put on my little vest and hard hat if I'm required. When I drive, I have my Hey Dudes.
Yeah.
So I get in the truck, I pop off my steel toes, put on my Hey Dudes when I'm driving, or if I just need something a little more airy, I got my camo Crocs.
Have you done that? Oh, do you wear Crocs? Get the fuck out of here, dude. You're a disgusting man.
It's in my truck.
I gave Brian so much shit because him and I are like sneakerheads, and then they went to Disney, and his son is like hugging Mickey Mouse with Crocs on. I was like, you need to burn that fucking picture. Have you ever done the Diesel Dave, the jorts and the cowboy boots?
No.
That would have been fucking awesome.
I don't think. Have I ever wore shorts with cowboy boots? I think maybe I have. Camping, I know I do
She's on our
camping.
wedding night.
Camping, I do, but I don't know. Not like out,
Yeah.
but around the house probably, around the yard.
That's nice. I like the idea of going to work and just wearing, like I have to, I mean, I don't have to, but I wear like a uniform kind of,
Right.
you know, I have to wear the boots. I have to wear, you know what I mean? And what I don't like is like some people take like the boots, like they drive with like tennis shoes or flip flops or whatever, right? And then they get to the job site and then they put their shoes on. But then the boots always stay in your car, and working in the summer and your feet sweat. And then by the time you get in your, I don't know, I've never done it, so I feel like every time you get in your car, you get like a whole whiff of your own shoe. You know what I mean? See how disgusting you got?
Yeah, but I mean, whatever.
But you only wearing them to load and unload.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know
Well,
how
I
people
mean,
do
I
it.
put my hockey gear in my trunk, and it sits and bakes for a week until I go play again.
For what?
'Cause I play hockey still.
Yeah, but
So I get done playing, and it's, say, like what night was it? Wednesday. I got done about midnight to 11:30. Left my gear in the car, came home, parked it, went and worked for the week. You hop in the car.
I'm thinking,
you hop in the car, and you're like, woo, woo, that's
some guns
right.
and hoses over there.
That's right. Woo.
I thought you meant like in your truck. So I was like,
no.
what the fuck are you thinking? Your truck? Like when you're playing like in different states?
No. I have taken my truck to hockey though. I was on my way home from a
yeah?
run, and I was like, I can make it. So I had my nephew stop at the yard and pick up my hockey gear. And
Do you feel like you have the biggest dick out there when you got in your semi?
no,
Yeah, you do.
no. There's some other trucks out there that have much bigger dicks than me.
Well, you heard it here first.
But I'm honest.
Dude, I just learned this. Speaking of trucks, I just learned this from a video or like a reel on Instagram, and it's the trailers that the semis tow in the back they have like a bar that comes down. Have you seen it? It's got like the reflector stickers on. You know what that's for? You do? What is it for? So people wreck into you?
They do. It stops them from.
From decapitating.
Yeah, so from decapitating people. Did you know that? I had no idea. So when the tire is so far back, it doesn't have it. But when the tire is like in and then the trailer ends right here, they put those bars. So if someone wrecks into you, like if someone rear-ends you, so it stops the car and it stops you from being decapitated. I was like,
This person.
yeah.
They started-
It was a lady. Yeah, it was. That's the guy said it, and he said her name, and it was like after it happened to her, they changed the whole thing. I was like, I had no idea. You know what I thought it was for? To help you climb up on the train.
It does help for that.
That's what I'm saying. I thought it was to grab it, just step on it, and go on the trailer. But I guess he has a purpose. Who would have known? Maybe I need that in my truck, my pickup
do it.
truck. I kind of want to get rid of my truck sometimes.
Why?
Because I don't need a truck. You know what I mean? I'd rather have a car that I can drive here. Because that's like my driving. I just come here. I just told everybody I'm the most boring person ever.
So, next time I see you, you'll be rolling up in a Tesla.
No, those are expensive. How much
They're
is a
really
Tesla?
not.
Yeah, they are. Well,
I mean,
hey,
if
well,
you're
hold
gonna
on.
go
You're making,
Joe
you're
Rogan-
making, hold on.
if
You're
you're gonna
making
go Joe Rogan plaid-
$3,200 a trip. You can afford it. I
No.
can't afford it. What's the least you ever made a trip?
$500
Where'd you go from Ogden to Salt Lake?
from Plymouth to Clearfield. It's like 50 miles.
One of Brian's good friends, another DJ. He has a Tesla, but I asked him, I'm like, holy shit, like you got like big daddy money. He's like,
I think you can get
he's
a
like,
new one for like
he's
40 grand.
No.
Yeah. It's not like the super,
Well, then why?
because it's 40 grand.
I know, but if it's not gonna be the super, then why? That's
It's
my
still
point.
going to be clean. We went to a,
Model 3 on the low 40s, high 53s. That's what I pay for my truck.
that's not bad.
For a car, though,
That you're going to drive from your house to here.
as long as the sun is out. Don't you need like a different plug in your car or your house?
Probably.
Comes with the car when you buy it.
Does it really? How do you know this?
Because I was going to buy a Tesla.
Oh, you were? You were gonna, so they install it in your.
Truck.
Oh, you bought a truck? What kind of truck?
Ford fucking Ranger.
Nice. Look at you, huh?
No, not me. That's her.
That's all you. It's like
That's
I want
all
that.
her.
That's nice. That's nice.
She ordered it during the whole COVID and took for 9 months to get it, 8 months or something.
Was it cheaper because of COVID? No, I don't know. There's not a car out there that I want. That's like, even like you've seen Justin's car. Mm-hmm. The fact that it's rounded in the back, I don't like that.
It's tough. A lot of the cars I'm not a fan of.
Yeah. Now, if I had truck driver's money, right, I would buy like a collector car. I'm just kidding. Or like your Teslas are good looking. They are good looking. Would the doors open up?
They were just the one we looked at just open normal.
Oh, really?
Like the
You don't like that?
Normal.
No, the ones that go
like the Lambo
really?
door.
Don't they dance too? Like they have like a mode, right, Jack?
Probably.
Jack is like, you just woke me up, dude.
We went to the Sounds of Freedom car show in Layton a couple weeks ago, and there was a guy that had his, what was it, 2016 Tesla?
16 weeks.
Like it wasn't brand new, but he had it opened up, and it was the most beautiful interior, just clean, sleek. Like, and I was like, oh damn,
Very
this
modern.
is
Really?
this is good looking,
Not a lot to it, but it just looked.
elegant,
See, that's what I want. Elegant. That's
just
what I want.
comfortable ride. That's what I
Yeah,
like.
yeah. There's a car that is at a car lot in Provo where I'm working, and it's so funny because I just told you that I don't like the shape of car that Justin has, but it's the same shape, but it's all black, like everything, windows, rims, obviously paint, the interior, everything, but it's a Mazda, and I was like, I don't know if I'm a Mazda guy.
Not gonna know till you get out and start driving.
That's true. But I'm sure it's one of those when you start it, it's got like those. I'm sure a kid had it before, and now it's got a Fast and Furious sound, and I can't stand that
I
shit.
can't stand it.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
son
yeah.
has a WRX.
Don't kick my table, please.
My bad.
Yeah, what?
My son has a WRX, and you can hear him 3 blocks away.
Dude, my little brother, I just he bought a what is that? Elantra? Is that what it is? Is it a Nissan? Nissan Elantra? What is it?
Hyundai Elantra.
Hyundai Elantra, yeah, that's what it is. He bought it, and he's like into those kind of movies and shit. Well, he took the muffler off to make it sound like ballsy. My mom is like outside on her porch, and he comes see my mom is all, because my mom helped / bought it for him. He's paying for it, but it's under my mom's name. So my mom is all, what the fuck is that? My little brother's like, what? I'm like, she's like, what'd you do to the car? He's, oh, I took the exhaust off, so it sounds good. My mom is all, well, put it back, right? You're gonna put it back? My little brother's like, no. He said, no, you don't understand. You're gonna put it back, right? My little brother's like, I guess, dude. And Justin just met him last Saturday. Justin texted, did you ever meet our friend Jason? Jason Bound?
No.
So he texted me when Justin rarely texts me, what are you doing tonight? And I'm like, oh, my boy wants to hang out. And I said, I'm in the movies with my little brother. And then he sent me a picture of Jason because Jason was at his house. And I was like, you fuckers, I want to go. He goes, well, this is like 10 o'clock. He says, well, he just showed up in case you want to come. So then my little brother's always like, I'm bored. And I was like, hey, do you want to go to my friend's house? And he goes, yeah, let's go. So then I sent him the address. He's like, all I hear him say is, Bountiful. So we were in fucking South Jordan. I was like, come on, dude, I'll give you some gas. We drove all the way there. We stopped for some beers. We drove all the way there. And I'm like happy because he's doing something because he doesn't have any friends. So he's doing something that's different. And like he was there for like half hour. He's like, I'll wait for you in the car. And I was like, what? And I'm like, half of my beer, half of my cigar. I'm all, what the fuck? He goes, yeah, I'll just wait for you in my bar. The next day, we had to go get my sister at the airport. I know that going back to the last episode, he has sleep apnea. So he already struggles with like staying awake and stuff like that. So then I started feeling bad because I'm like, oh shit, because by the time we came back home, it was like 1 o'clock. and we had to be up at 5 to be at the airport at 6. Now, my destroyed piece of shit body is used to that shit, right? So it's like I'm driving for like one eye open. I'm like, this is a normal thing for me. But my little brother's driving his car, and so he starts driving, and I'm trying to make conversation. I'm like, so your sister, whatever, what are you gonna do with her? Because I spent a few nights there, but once she was there, I left, and then we're on Bangor, and I see him like he's all like a little swerving, and I was like. I look at him in the corner of my eye. I'm like, you okay? He goes, yeah. I said, okay. I'm like, are you sure? He goes, yeah, yeah. And then I go, like, I push my head back and I'm like looking at him and he's literally like, and I'm like, dude, you need to pull. And then it happened until he was driving and then luckily we were on the right lane. So there was nothing on this side other than the bump and like, of the side, or like sidewalk kind of thing. And he was moving and I was just letting it be. And then I was like, once I grabbed the steering wheel and I woke him up, I'm like, okay, pull over, I'm driving. And he goes, I was actually going to ask you if you wanted to drive. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll drive. I felt so bad. And then we got there. My mom said your sister will be here at 6 or at 7. So I'll be there like around 6:30 or whatever. I was like, all right. Then we get there. I look at the arrivals. First of all, I can't find it. Everything is départu, which is, in France, how I say departures, you know what I mean? But finally, I finally find him, and then I see him, and my sister's flight is like 8:38. And it's like not even 7, and I'm already there. So my brother and I look at each other. My brother's like, I'm like, you want to have a cup of coffee? You want to go to Starbucks or something? He's like, yeah, and then we just sat there, and then he passed out. He looked like a homeless guy inside of the airport, dude, because he's a big kid, so he's just sitting there on the side, and his shirt's like a little lift up.
Struggle's real.
He's blacked out.
The struggle's real.
And I'm like, obviously, I'm gonna see if my sister's here, and then we're sitting there with she's getting her luggage, and I wake him up. I'm like, you all right? And he said, yeah. And I'm like, I'm driving, right? And he goes, yeah, you're driving. That's good.
See, that's the good thing about having the truck is when I'm driving, like, I'm kind of tired. Pull off the side of the freeway.
'Cause you have
crawl in the bed, set an alarm for 30 minutes, crash, get up, good to go.
Oh, really? 30 minutes all you need?
Well,
Would you have to be on your?
Yeah, I have to take a break. I have to take a 30-minute break within the first 8 hours of driving.
Yeah.
So I
You know
usually stretch that out as long as I can and stop. And
So how many hours are you supposed to be driving?
I can only drive 11 hours in a day.
Oh, okay, that makes sense because some of the people that I work with, like truck drivers, they come to me and they go, "Hey, I need to be leaving here no later than this time." Because I need to take a break, and I never heard that from anybody that I ever truck drivers that I ever worked with. And I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I need to bounce out of here." I was like, "Well, I'll get you out of here." We got 4 days off, dude. We don't go to work till Wednesday, and also, what better time to have you here for the 4th of July? And you fought for our freedom.
Yes, sir.
That's right, dude. So, let me ask you this: you know me. You know who I am. You know how I am.
Oh, great. This could go anywhere.
Do you think I would have done good in the Army?
Yeah.
You took forever, dude.
No, I'm contemplating. I mean, yeah, I think you would have done great. Do I know what MOS you would have gone for? What job you would have done? I mean,
because you were a mechanic, right?
No, I was combat engineer.
Yeah, that's right. Engineer.
So as a heavy equipment operator, be no different.
Yeah.
So I mean, were you wanting to be infantry with demolition blowing shit up? You're gonna need to be a little bit more aggressive, but you would find that.
So if you were so who do you go check in for that? Like, who do you go talk to? What's the best job for you, or is it something that I choose?
You choose it. You go to the recruiter and you're like,
okay,
hey.
But if you're the recruiter and you know me and I go, hey, I want to blow some shit up, are you gonna say, dude?
Like, let's go.
No, but like, knowing me, am I gonna be like,
Yeah, you'd be fine.
Okay.
You'd be fine.
What about on the, like in combat? Be good. You're not like, I'm fighting for people's freedom here, dude.
What?
You're not giving me any choice.
It's hard to say because, I mean, I was deployed with guys. I got in firefight with guys. The big, muscly football linebacker.
You're in, I'm out. Dude.
But they're the ones that freeze. And so you never know. Like, I can't tell what you're gonna do until you're put in that position. So I mean, it's a crapshoot for everybody. The guys that talk a lot of shit usually are no bueno.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That'll be me, dude.
I think you'd be fine.
You know what I want to do? I want to be the guy with the drum.
I don't think they
for the
have
battles.
them
Yeah,
anymore.
dude. Well, because you guys have a drummer. That's who I want to be. You're like, I don't think they have that.
See, I don't. You're like the first one, and you're like, what on? Like that's like the fucking target. Like, okay, range into this guy.
The rest of the guys are like, oh, they're there. I can already see you like we go into like some mission, and then you're like you give me some. Do you have singles like signs of like how do you do the? And I go, what?
Yeah, you're pretty much right.
You
there.
don't know. You're just making me do. I want the official.
You're
shit.
right. I mean,
What does it mean though?
What do you think this is? So obviously, if you're doing hand signals, you're trying to be quiet, right?
Yeah, of course.
So you're looking. There's something up there. You're stopping everybody.
I'd be like, what?
You know, stack on me.
What does that mean?
To line up, because you're getting ready to breach a door.
Okay.
So you say stack on me, so you got everybody all in the line. So the guy
this is
comes
how you
in,
do it?
breaches the door, and then it's single file line in. Everyone taking their cover. The last guy's cover in the back.
Got so much to learn, dude.
Let's go.
Let's go. Is what you said. Dude, there was a point in time that I obviously where the attacks happened, you know. I was 18. I just barely got here, and I was just like, obviously I wasn't married. I wasn't a citizen or whatever. But I remember thinking like, I would go because I kind of knew what the idea of us coming to the country was gonna be like. So I was like, with this, obviously we're planning on staying. We're planning on making this our home. And I was like, I want to, like, a part of me was like, what if I sign out to fight? But at 18, is there an age window that you sign up for this?
Our son signed up after his during his junior year of high school. Then he signed up for the Army National Guard, went to basic training the summer in between his junior and senior year.
How old are we talking about? I don't have kids.
16, 17.
Okay, but
So 17, huh? About 17. And then after he graduated his senior year, then he went to his advanced individual training. So he went to his boot camp one summer, and then his other training the following year, and then he was in.
Oh wow.
So you can do that.
What if I want to do it now? Too late?
How old are you?
41.
Yeah.
Too late?
Yeah.
Well, what if something
Now,
happens?
if you were prior service, you'd have an easier chance to get in, but it'd still be hard. They're not. It just depends on if there's something going on where they're needing a lot of recruitment.
Yeah. So in a situation like that,
Like if shit went
they
down,
would take anybody.
If shit went down, then I mean they could disqualify you because your tattoos.
God,
You know what I'm saying?
See my
Me
new
too.
one?
Me too. But if they
Jack.
need you bad enough, they'll sign a waiver.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So right now they're in a spot where they can be picky because retention isn't. They're not fighting for retention.
So when you went, you had no tattoos?
I had a couple. One on my back.
Do they know?
Yeah.
They have to know.
Yeah.
Why is
And I had them on my calves. I had Brighton and Briley on.
why is it why the restriction if you have tattoos?
Because if they want to be picky, so if they're not low on numbers, then they can be like, yes, we'll take. We want you. We don't really want you. So we're gonna say, oh, you've got tattoos, or you've got tattoos below here, because
Is that a
before
new
you
one?
could, last year, before you couldn't have it to where
It shows. in your
it
shirt.
shows in your PT shirt.
Okay.
And then it went to, okay, it can come down, but it can't show
Your uniform. Or whatever.
at your wrist.
Yeah.
And then obviously no racist tattoos or no.
Yeah. Sorry, Jack, you're out. Jack, you're like, yawn. Are you tired, dude?
Yeah.
How was your week?
Long.
No good? You don't want to talk about it,
No.
huh? Jack is like, listen, man, I'm here to push buttons. I'm out of here. Yeah, there was a point in time when I was like, should I go? I knew my mom was going to be like, what?
So when I went, I was 22 when I went to boot camp.
I'm all, vamonos! Everybody's like, what the fuck is he saying?
Yeah, I was 22. They called me grandpa. The drill sergeants called me grandpa
Oh, really?
because I was the oldest.
At 22? Mm-hmm. Damn, dude.
I felt like a late bloomer.
Wait, hold on. So so basically kids are fighting for our freedom? Mm-hmm. Damn, that's not like
It was
alarming,
18 and
man?
19-year-olds when I went.
That's crazy. That's mind blowing.
And most of it's the first time they've been away from mom or dad.
Yeah.
And so they don't know, like they've never had to take care of anything for themselves. They've always had their parents to do everything for them. So boot camp, that's why I feel like just even if it's a 2-year stint, it should be mandatory in America. Once you hit 18.
You want another one?
Yeah, yes please.
Once you're 18?
Yeah, I mean, just multiple reasons. I think it'll kind of give our snowflake culture a little bit of a backbone, have some self-confidence, because there's a lot of lack of self-confidence in our youth. And it'll teach them discipline. It'll teach them respect. And I think as a country, we'd be a hell of a lot better off.
In Mexico, oh, these are not Twistos. That's why that was there. In Mexico, they have they call it your military service at 18. And what it is I think I mentioned this before. So basically, every single 18-year-old boy does does this, and they get enlisted into basically the army. And what they do is they set up a date where you're gonna go and receive basically your fate, for example, right? So what it is it was a bunch of 18-year-olds. We fill up a stadium. There's all 18-year-olds, and then there's the army and like all the armed forces, whatever. And they have like this big thing where, kind of like the lotto thing, they just spin it, and there's like white balls and black balls, and whatever you get, I think black is you get to basically you're doing your service from home. You have like no worries whatsoever. Once the year is over, you go and you get your certificate, because you need to. Back in the day, you needed it for work. You needed to get married. You needed to all that, for different stuff. And then if you get white, you get enlisted to, like, basically do your service every weekend. So every weekend you go to like a different, like on the rural areas of like our state, and you get to either work with like manual labor and like help at a hospital, or help with just whatever it is, right? But you're in uniform, like you're doing it to get your thing. The funny thing is, there's more black balls. There's more people that get to do it from home than people that get to go, right? Now the problem is, if something happens, the people that have with the white ball, they're the first ones in. If they need backup, then the ones with the black ball get fucked. Now, I got black, so I was like, oh shit, that's awesome. So everybody wants to get black, right? And every now and then they will say because they, in this whole stadium, they say everybody's name. So you're there forever. And out of thousands of kids, you better make sure you listen to your name. And so they pull out my name, and then they're like, and then they go into this thing, and someone reaches the ball, and he goes, or the ball comes out by itself, whatever, and he goes black, and I like double question. I was like, black's good, right? And all my friends like, yeah, dude, black's good. Like, you're staying home. I was like, oh hell yeah. But every now and then you get a white one, and you hear in the whole stadium, you hear somebody go, fuck.
So, you don't have a number? It's just your name?
Yeah, I think it's alphabetical order, but
I mean, what do you do? Manuel Gonzalez. Like 50 Manuel Gonzalez is in a stadium.
So they say, yeah,
It's like Manuel,
good point,
white,
good
black.
point.
Fuck, wait, what?
You hear 3 fucks. Good point. No, so in Mexico you have 4 names. If you have a middle name, you have 4 names.
Okay.
Because you use like my real name, the one that was given to me when I was born, is Angel Israel Cervera Sosa. So my mom's last name is Sosa from my grandma, right? From her dad. So I use my mom's last name too.
So they use
all 4 of them, yeah. But it's funny you say this because when I was in junior high, I went in school with a kid that had Cervera Sosa too, but his name was like Alberto or something, whatever. But like every single teacher, you guys brothers? I'm like, no, like the same 2 last names, same order too. And I was like, well, what the? We're talking to each other, like, well, what the fuck? Now I highly doubt there's 4. Now I highly doubt there's 2 people with the same 4 names. That would be crazy, but I think that's what it is. So they mention your. And if you don't have, like, if I didn't have Israel, then it would be Angel Cervera Sosa.
Okay.
And I think that's how it is on my. The fuck was that?
Oh, cotton. Dust.
It could be a feather from me because I have the bird with me, dude. I have the bird living with me now. So now I'm like, I'm Daddy Bird, dude. I gotta change pants every day. Gotta put him on every morning. Pain in the ass, but hey, I'm helping out.
It's not so quiet now in the house, right?
No, it is quiet. My mom, a couple friends, they asked me, so isn't it boring? I'm like, no, dude. Brian has been in the house twice, and his girlfriend has a daughter, and she comes in with them, and she asked me, like, what do you do all day? And I'm like, you're looking at a kid. I mean, I do podcast shit, and like obviously, I gotta do work stuff, whatever. But she just sees me like when they come, because I'm waiting to talk to them, right? So when she sees me, I'm just sitting at the table. She's like, "What do you do all day?" And I'm like, "You're looking at me." She's like, "What?" I don't know how old she is, and then she goes, "Isn't it boring in here?" I was like, "No, dude, I love it, and I do love it, dude." On the weekends, I just wake up whenever the fuck. I got nothing going on unless I go to breakfast with my mom. My mom is working tomorrow. She's like, my mother just came back from Italy.
How'd she like it?
She loved it. She loved it. It was too soon. But how shitty it is. You'll land and you're like, you're working tomorrow. She's like, fuck.
Right.
Like, Lilia, white ball. Fuck. But no, she loved it. And she was like, I want to keep traveling. I was like, just do it, Mom. You're 60 years old. Do it.
Yeah, we've got a thing where every year we're going to go somewhere. We're going to travel somewhere. So
Oh, you guys went to Mexico.
we went to Mexico.
Was it the first time? Mm-hmm. For you too? Wow. How'd you like it?
We went to the Bahamas on a cruise a couple years ago, but I liked
How's the cruise?
I would rather do a week at an all-inclusive resort.
Right?
You get on a cruise ship, it's kind of confined. It's big, it's huge.
Yeah.
The food was
Really?
Yeah, like I wasn't really a fan of the food. The drinks, I think we were one of the last ones where you could buy one all-you-could-drink package.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you got 2 people in your cabin, you have to buy 2.
Yeah.
All the drinks. But you get off at the port, you've got 4 hours. By the time you get 2,000, 3,000, however many people are on the ship off, go around the town for a minute, and then you've got to fight to get back on. You don't get to enjoy it.
That's like the only reason. I kind of wanted to do it for the experience of like, holy shit, like we're in the ocean, dude. But like that kind of stops me from like, okay, we're here to party. Yeah, like, time's ticking, and you're like, holy shit, like okay.
Yeah, we went rode like when we were in Bahamas. It was like you ride like you're sitting on like a little scooter under the water, and you got like a dive helmet on.
Yeah,
that gives you oxygen, and you're like just motoring around under the water. Well, it took us an hour and a half to get there, and then we had to wait an hour before it was our turn, and then we did it for a half hour, and then we had to hightail it. We had to haul ass back and basically be running back to the ship because they'll fucking leave you. they don't give a shit. Like, you're not there when we leave. And it was just stressful, anxiety.
Come tell us about they're waiting to see what they left behind. Oh, gringos.
And if you're going on a cruise, don't tip while you're on the cruise. So when you go to the bar, don't tip. When you we were getting drinks after drinks after drinks, and I'm like tipping. Tipping. We get done, we get a bill. You get charged gratuity for every time you swipe your room card. So they got double fucking tipped. We got like an $800 bill for gratuity.
What?
And I'm like, oh, fuck. And
You're like, open your door, like, you want drinks? We're like, I guess. They're free.
I'm like going, huh? And you had to give them your credit card before you go. So you can't dispute it or anything. I was like, $800. I was tipping the whole time. It doesn't matter. Well, I want my cash back.
That's because you're nice, sir. Have you ever been on a cruise, Jack?
No.
But we tipped in when we were in Mexico, and they come.
Yeah, dude.
You tip them good. They're just like,
right?
Like your drink is just, you're about to take the last sip, and they're like, here's your another one. You're like, fucking A.
Did you like it? Did you love it? Cancun, right?
Yep.
It's such a nice place, man.
And it was so cheap.
Yeah.
It was like $3,000 for the both of us for a week, and that included airfare.
Yeah. It's no brainer.
Brand new resort. It had a liquor bar that they would restock. So if you was going through a bottle of whiskey a night, they would put a new bottle in. Like Dos Equis, they had Dos Equis in the fridge. I would drink Dos Equis, wake up in the morning, go do our thing, come back, and there's fridges restocked with Dos Equis.
You got to do it, Jack.
All inclusive is the way to go, hands down.
Yeah. That's what I did this last couple of times I went. And I was like, it's just because the second time that I went, they were trying to convince me. They were trying to say, well, let's do an Airbnb. And I was like, I like the idea of having an Airbnb, like having basically like your own house. But at the end of the day, you're in someone else's place. You know what I mean? And not only that, but like you have to worry about buying food.
Yep.
So you go in it all included, and it's like, well, I could just go downstairs whenever the hell I want and eat something. And that was nice for me. The only thing, so I went to Playa del Carmen. You went to Cancun, just like 45 minutes, half hour away. Do Cancun shut down at the end of the day? At the end of the night?
No, it was going, right? When we went, I mean, we're old, so we were in bed by 11.
You guys went to Mexico and kept the same schedule?
Well, I mean, we were drinking in the sun all day. Like we were just tired, and it was like, okay, it's time to go to bed.
No, the hotel in Playa del Carmen, it was like 10:30, 11. It was like you see a random person walking by, and it was like,
Oh no.
like that's it.
Shows going.
Yeah, they had.
But they had him at the hotel too. But it was more of a like at a certain time. It was like, all right, well, thanks everybody. And you're like, hey, you clap, and then you see the people that would just sit there, and then like slowly they started walking away, and like the bar started closing. There was one bar that was 24 hours a day, and it was just like little snacks, and then one person. And then if more people would show up, then another guy would come in and like set up a DJ booth and start playing as you're there. Then more people believe it's like, all right, I'm out of here. Plug his shit and walk out. But it had like pool tables, and it had like an outside area so you can just go there. But it was, but yeah, it was. I figured it would be a 24/7 kind of thing.
Well, I think
Did you smoke a cigar, Daddy?
I didn't.
What?
The first day we were there, they came along the beach and was like, want to buy cigars, and I was like, I really want to, but my wallet's up in the room. I'll get it the next time we come down here. And I didn't see him again. But we went to a couple. They didn't have a cigar shop in the hotel. We went to a couple of the cigar stores, and it just they looked like they'd been there a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, if I get a cigar, like I don't want one that's stale.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
I didn't
Like the ones Justin has there.
like this one right here, that's open.
I actually gave that one to him.
You probably light that up, and it's like,
I gave it to him because I bought them because they're Cubans, and I was like, have some Cubans. But we went in January. So by the time I came back, it was like, we're still cold to go outside and smoke.
right.
So then you just stay there. And my humidor is in my storage unit, and it's a big one. It's not like I can just have a little one. And I was like, oh, I'll just smoke them. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, they're gone. And I'm like, here, Justin, put it on your display over there. Shit, you're not gonna smoke. But no, I there's nothing. That's another thing that bothered me because you couldn't smoke anywhere. And I was like, well, the hotel is basically an open area. So you go into, as you walk in, Jesus Christ, as you walk in, you go into like the little lobbies or like the little where the check-ins are, and those are like automatic doors. They open and close. But like as you keep going, like all that area, it's open. Like it's got like stores and like bars and stuff, but it's like you can walk all the way to the beach, and then the rooms. So it's like, why can I go inside of this bar, like the 24-hour bar? Why can't I go and smoke a cigar outside? They were like, you can't. I was like, so now what? So you got to go either to the beach or to the front. That sucks.
You can't take electronic cigarettes, e-cigarettes to Mexico.
Yeah, that too.
And I was like, fuck. So I bought a bunch of the Zen pouches.
Oh, yeah.
And while we were there, we went on, where'd we go? The Mayan ruins.
Which ones? Can't say the name.
I don't remember. Well, Yucatan? What is it? Is that
Yucatan?
Yucatan?
That's the state.
What one did we go to?
Jesus, can we look up Mayan ruin sites?
Cancun.
No, it wasn't in Cancun. We were like an hour away. Tulum.
Oh, Tulum is the bomb.
We went to Tulum.
Yeah.
So we were there, and I asked the guide, I was like, hey, you sell electronic cigarettes here? He's like, oh, yeah. I was like, well, where? So he took me to one of the vendors. He's like, this guy speaks in Spanish. So he needs an e-cigarette. Oh, so I get it. I'm like, I want one of each of the flavors because I didn't even care. They were the disposable ones. It's like $100.
Dollars?
U.S.
Yeah.
I was like, it's like $30 at home. But what do you do?
Yeah.
I paid it.
So are you doing anything like that? So you do the vape still? And why is that against, like, I understand cigarettes, so the smell is kind of shitty, but like some of those vapes, they smell good. So why is it like I can't do it either?
I think for Mexico, it's easier to just say none of them because they don't want the THC, the weed.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's not it. If people,
Did they offer you weed?
we got offered Coke.
Jesus, they stepped on their game, huh?
We have Coke and ecstasy. I want to say.
God,
we went on a.
take it easy, man.
We took a catamaran from Cancun over to another island. I don't remember what that was called. And when we were
Isla Mujeres.
yes.
Mujeres.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
I would want to just go there and just stay on that island.
you can.
That's what I would.
The next one,
the next time. Like it was so awesome
Yeah.
over on the. It was just a cool vibe over on that island. But we were coming back to the boat, and they're like, some couple of Coke.
Jesus,
No thanks. I'm trying to go home.
guy's a pussy. No, when I went, they were asking me and like, you want to get high? You want to get high? But it's funny how it's people that are they have English just to get by because they're not English speakers, but they know how to say, you want to get high? You want weed? You want coke? You want this, that? And you're like, what? I'm like, since when do we do this nowadays?
And you helped me out because I watched one of your episodes and you were like, them motherfuckers know your bracelet. So we go and they're like, oh, hey, I was at your birthday. I was like,
are you wearing?
And Sharon's like, oh yeah.
I fell for that too. Until my sister's like, I think it's the bracelets.
Because we wanted the tequila, right?
Yeah.
Because you get off the stops and like, oh, you get all these tequila tastings, and then they line you up and they're like, oh, $700. I'm not paying $700 for this tequila.
Someone's like, we're in the wrong business.
So the guy comes over, he's like, oh, my family owns the one right across the street. We'll hook you up. Come on. I was like, all right. So we walk over there. And
all right. Classic American.
We're drinking another 16 shots of tequila, all their flavors. And they're like, what ones do you like? We're like, this and this and this. $600. I said, no, I'm not paying $600 for that. That's a good deal. I said, no, it's not.
Yeah, fuck
it's
off.
not. I'll pay you $60 a bottle.
Yeah.
That's fair. No, we can't do that. Have a good day. Thank you for the free tequila. Sharon's like, he was at our hotel. Huh? I was like, no. They just know. The wristbands.
Yeah.
I'm like, smart.
Yeah,
for
fucking
sure. Smart business.
Dude, I tell you, they got me. They're like, hey, I'm the guy I'm your waiter from the. I'm like, yo, what's up, dude? My sister's all, what? Like, we do you have a waiter? We're in a buffet. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, God damn it. And then we're trying to figure it out. How the fuck? And then my sister was the one that said, I think it's because of the bracelet. So they say the bracelet, obviously they see the color, they see, because I think another thing there is like, so the hotel that we had, the bracelets have colors. So some of them are like VIP. So when they see colors, like, oh, this motherfucker is spending money. So I don't know which ones we have, but it was more like, hey, I'm your fucking.
Yeah, we had the economy.
I don't know which ones we had, but no, I think we had the VIP because my sister works for like a hotel chain, and I think that's how she got the deal or something. And but yeah, they were like, dude, we were just hanging out last night, and I'm just like, yo, what's up?
You're right.
I was just like you. I'm like, oh, dude, it's mom, it's the guy from you. Dude, we never even turned this on. See why Justin's not here? But yeah, it's my sister's like, no, dude, none of them know us.
And I'll tell you, they're not stupid. We did the tour to the ruins in Tulum.
Yeah.
And
how'd you like Tulum?
Beautiful.
Right?
I go there too.
So we stop at the shaman or some little hole in the wall place where there's a guy that's got the smoke going and he's got to give you, like, what a way for a tourist to, hey, give this guy money, he's gonna bless you to go do this and like, I'm going, this is shit.
Yeah.
But as a
That's
whole,
the guy from the hotel.
as a whole, just the experience of it. It was like, all right, cool. Like, this is, I don't believe in what this is, but like, it's pretty cool. Yeah. And then it was like the crystals and rocks and.
Did you guys take photos? I didn't see photos.
We took a lot of photos, but I mean, I don't do social media anymore.
You keep them to yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
I don't do any social media anymore. So
you don't have anything?
I watch TikTok. I still have my Facebook and Instagram, but I haven't been on it in over a year.
I mean, power to you.
I love it. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Because I found myself, man, this fucker is living. Why has he got everything? Why? Because everyone's are only posting their highlight reels. And it was just, no, I don't want it anymore.
I'm stuck in between that because like doing this, you kind of have to be active.
And that's kind of the other side of why I'm not
the
doing a
Beehive,
podcast.
Yeah. But I do find myself like I get in and then I go, oh, fuck this guy. And like he's one of my friends. And I go, fuck, who cares about you did this? But Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of it's kind of weird because I do like the idea of having like being like a persona that is all like, hey, what's up, guys? So like talking on your phone and like, because Dre told me this once. I was planning on doing this. I mean, I still have the idea of doing this kind of like a content show that it would be like eating in different places with like friends or whatever. And I was like, oh, I can just set up a camera and like on the stand and on the table and like have us, watch us eat or whatever, and then edit it. And then I was like, I mean, it would be weird for people to see it, but then Dre was like, not really. People don't care. People see you and they're like, oh, whatever. Oh, I know the TikToker. But it's just like that. Right now at this point, I'm like, do I go and I'm like, hey, what's up? What's everybody? Or am I just, is someone else going to see me going like, fuck this guy, just like I do?
Well, I think the difference with you is those that know you know that you're genuine. It's not, you're not being fake.
Yeah.
Like when I would watch and you would have like your little shorts and you were doing stuff with like Becca Hayes and like I knew watching that, like that's Angel. That's the real Angel. So like, but then you got the other people that are like, oh hi, look at me, and then they get off and they're like,
fuck the world.
I fucking hate my life. You know what I mean? Like, so as long as you're authentic, I think do that because the energy is what is going to draw people in.
Yeah. Every time I think about it, I'm like, I need to be more active, and then I go, do I?
Yeah,
that's the same thing with the shoes. We talk about it many times. Like I was posting my shoes just because some might do, some of my friends will like it or whatever, and then I'm like, I don't want to look at this shallow person that is just, you know what I mean? And I was like, well, I'm not gonna do that again, and I just cry myself to sleep, Ryan. That's what I do. I cry while you drive, Ryan. I'm crying myself to sleep.
Well, you call me. Just call.
Just call. Hey, do you want to do one of these?
We did this with our grandson.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I don't even know how it works.
Push down.
And I ended up getting all of
Nope.
the dirty Band-Aid.
Push down on the
Top. Just
this?
yeah, boy.
Oh yeah.
No.
Apparently, there you go. Oh, there's 3. You're not a pussy. You're not gonna gag, are you?
Most
Don't
likely.
let him peer pressure you, man.
Oh, they're horrible.
Angel
Oh, I
first.
know.
Huh?
Angel first.
Do you know what? It's like it's funny. I never gag.
Oh, that's a lie.
I gag for the show though. so Justin feels good. So this one's either barf or peach. What you got?
I got the white with the blue and yellow speckles.
So it's either dirty dishwater,
the one
dishwater,
I always get too.
or birthday cake.
I'll guarantee it's the dishwater.
Oh, I have a good. Oh, I have a good. Yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3.
It's the dishwater.
No, is it good?
Fuck no.
Wait. Oh, this one took a turn.
It's like Dawn dish soap.
Oh my god.
Don't gag.
Oh, this one was bad.
Oh, I love this one. You can taste that all fucking night now.
I'll do this one. This one's either rotten egg. Ooh, that's the one that got Justin. Or buttered popcorn, which not a fan of buttered popcorn. I go to the movies, give me my popcorn, no butter.
Popcorn. If it was rotten egg, I think you'd have known by now.
Popcorn.
We did that with our grandson. And he
Remember
thought it
when
was
you
the
did?
funniest thing, and we're just like, "Ugh."
Remember when you did the one with chocolate?
Uh-huh.
Or whatever. What was it?
That little trend.
Nutella?
It was. It was. No, it was either Nutella or like a pudding or something.
You know how
Or
you
pudding pack.
ask a kid, hey, can you bring me the toilet paper? And, and he did this when he got it.
God,
That's
my
so
grandson.
funny.
Papa, Papa, you got poop on me.
Stops and looking at his son, he's like,
That's so funny.
Oh, that was a good time.
How are your kids doing?
Good. Just had another grandbaby.
Oh, wow. How many you got now?
7.
7 grandkids? Wait, how many kids do you have?
4.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I was thinking 2. 4 kids.
So she has 2
Okay.
from a previous marriage.
Okay.
I have 1 from a previous, and then we have
what it
1
was.
together.
That's what it was. So 7. Mm-hmm. Did they all get together at one point?
All but 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, one's not really our grandchild. It's
Yeah.
the ex of
I think
our
you've
daughter.
gone through this before, yeah. with
Our
us.
daughter's ex, but
Yeah.
I mean, she's been in our life since she was a baby, so she's always our grandkid.
You love it?
Oh yeah, I'd rather have grandkids than kids.
You too? Why is that? What's the difference?
You can feed them sugar and give them to your kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
When they
It-
shit,
You
you're like,
give it sugar and return him?
Yeah.
like we're
Payback.
playing with our youngest grandson, is the new one, and shits, and I'm like, he's like, you can change him. I'm like, no, I don't have to change.
Did you
him.
change diapers?
Yeah, I did.
He did.
he was gone for a long time in the military. Most of the poopy diapers.
He was 2 when I went to the military. Give me some fucking credit here. God damn. It was 1.
Did they
It was
ever have?
1.
Did he ever have like the one with like blow shit out of
Oh,
her
yeah.
back? What the fuck, man? By the way, I saw a dog today with a diaper. I wanted to kick it. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing, Provo?
We used to put diapers on our dog when she would go.
Jeez, wait, hold on.
When she would go in heat.
Oh, see, that's a good point. Yeah,
When
yeah.
she would go in heat, we would put diaper on because otherwise we're cleaning up.
yeah. That's a good. Yeah. See, I you're right.
That was the only reason.
Well, it's funny because I just realized that I'm talking shit about, and I put pants on I put a diaper on a
I
fucking
mean-
bird. And then, do you know what happened
These
today?
fucking people.
And you know what happened today? I swear, I walked in the house from work, and I see that the pigeon is and let's not call it, it's Crawley, okay? Crawley. And Crawley was like in the corner, like where we opened the door, in the corner, he was standing there, just looking at me, and I'm like, you can't fly? Like, what's going on? And I'm trying to bother it so I can see him fly. I'm like, all right, you're fine. And all they're doing is like walking. And I was like, okay, now I'm starting to freak out. I was like, I've had it for 2 days. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
I ruined them.
And so I like tap him, and then he flew off. I'm like, oh, okay, so he's good. But then I turn around and the shit on the floor, and I'm like, I was just talking about the baby. I'm like, how do you shit outside of your pants? And then I go into this. Jack, follow me here, bro. All right? Don't judge me, goddammit. It's my kid. And then, don't laugh at me, Sarge. And then, so the way Brian left set up the living room, I opened the blinds, and there's a couch that faces, like, the back of the couch faces the window. So I open the blinds before I go to work, and when I come home, he's usually just looking at the window. And there's shit on the floor there, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? And yesterday, oh my god, you know how happened yesterday? I when I got the bird, I talked to my ex-wife, and I was like, well, how many pants do you have? Because I got 4 pairs. Like, all right, I can deal with that. And I come home yesterday, and so the cage that they gave me, it's like an apartment. He has like he's got his room upstairs, and it's got like the living room on the bottom, and with the water and the feed is. And when I leave, I put his pants on, and then I open the thing because he opens up, so he can go in there, drink whatever, and fly out. So I come home, and I'm like, probably like I'm calling him, and like there's no noise. Like that's the first thing I do when I come home nowadays. I'm like, where the fuck is the bird? And I go into this cage, and he's standing in the cage, but it's open, right? And I'm like, okay, that's weird. You're just like, you're in your cage when you're free. I'm like, whatever. Then I sit down. I had dinner, and the whole time I'm looking at this thing, and I'm on the computer or watching my phone, YouTube, whatever. And he doesn't get out. And I was like, what the fuck? And so I go look at it, and I try to pet him, and he's like trying to bite me. He starts making his noises. I was like, well, it seems like you're normal. I'm like, whatever. I get out, I finish dinner, I shower, and I come out, and I see him, and he's still there. And I go, what's wrong, dude? And I try to pick him up. This dumbass bird had gotten his claw inside of his pants. So the whole time he was like this with one leg. And he was like, I will kick your ass, but I can't right now. So like, I can't even fly. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm trying to grab him, and he's so fucking pissed that he's been like this for hours. He's trying to bite me. He's like
stretching.
Fuck you.
He's like, God damn.
He's telling me to fuck off, and meanwhile I'm like laughing my ass off. I'm like, can you just don't worry about because he picks it himself, like he cleans himself. So he's like, there's feathers all over. I'm like, I gotta give me a vacuum. They didn't leave me a vacuum. They gave me a vacuum and a broom. But I'm a father now, dude, of a bird.
All right, Mike Tyson, calm down.
That's right, dude. And then I got another tattoo. I didn't want to show it, but it's because it's kind of peeling off. But look, Jack, I don't know if you can see it. You'll be happy.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
Right?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Dude, when he got it, I can send you a picture. When he got it done, the detail on the masks are insane, dude. I was like, oh shit. And then he got my next one ready to go. And he's like, dude, when I'm done with this, I'm gonna blow your mind. And I saw it, and I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Where are you gonna get Splinter?
No, that's it, dude.
That's it?
I knew I wanted to get some Ninja Turtles. I just didn't know what. And I saw that, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. Placement is good.
What are you gonna fill it in with?
I think so. This back here is like the earth and wind. So I got like wind going around my arm in a circle. I think once I find things to fill it up, then I'm just gonna finish with the wind, and then we start on this one. How do you feel? Oh, you got legs? You got leg tattoos? You said? Mm-hmm. I don't know how I feel about that. Just because I don't have like nice legs.
I hate my leg tattoos.
You hate them?
Yeah,
Wait, what are your kids' names?
Well, one of them, I got my son's name Brighton in the Godsmack son, and it says the Godsmack, the sun. It was neat.
Yeah.
And I had him put my name in it. Well, his name's Brighton, and it looks like it says Baton.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. And then my daughter, I got, cause back in 2000, the kanji was the way to go. So I have Chinese letters that supposedly say Briley down my leg, and it probably says stupid white boy. I don't
Probably
know.
says water or something.
Lomain number 7.
My niece's ex was learning how to do tattoos, and I had him, he did a Cowboys helmet on my calf.
Oh, yeah?
And it looks like an apprentice did a Cowboys tattoo on my calf. So I want to get a new cover-up
New legs?
sleeves.
I don't know. Like if I was in shape, like if I was one of those guys that's always
Round
like
is a shape?
That's brown?
Round.
I said brown is a shape. I was gonna say it's a shade.
You've got two.
Brown is a shape. Like if I was if we were one of those, you know those assholes that eat and they never gain weight, and they're like, oh, like
Yeah, that's not this
like,
asshole.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like Abby showing and shit like that, you know. But like if I was one of those, I would probably have like my chest tattoo on my back or something. But dude, I look in the mirror nowadays. It's like, fuck out of here, dude.
I know the feeling. That's why my chest is still not tattooed.
If you get it, but would you get a chest tattoo otherwise?
I want to have my whole back done. I was talking to my artist, and he's going to draw me up like a comic strip for my back to kind of show my journey through Iraq, and then afterwards with the podcast and the nonprofit, kind of just show like a.
Oh yeah.
I want to do.
Do you have any
that.
tattoos? You do. You got one there. Ah, you're welcome.
Now I see why you did it.
Hey, we didn't want you to find out this way. Yeah. Do you have any schedule anything or not really?
No, this guy, he's the owner of the shop. He pretty much just said, come in. We'll get you taken care of. Just call me. Come in on a Friday.
Yeah.
So.
Well, now that my work is constant, like we're coming into summer here, or like already, so the money is what it's supposed to be.
Right.
So now I'm like, luckily my artist allows me to Venmo him like $100 a week. So like basically this one, when I got it done, I was like, how much I owe you? And he was like, you pretty much paid off. I was like, yes. So then it's like, all right, well, let's schedule the next one.
Yeah.
August 20th, dude. Get the next one. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna
got
be here.
that done. And my artist charged me like $90.
Oh yeah.
And I was only sitting down for 45 minutes. He blasted that out. And that was probably my least painful tattoo I've gotten.
The least?
Mm-hmm.
What's the most? All right, take
Just
it
right
easy.
up.
Oh yeah,
right by the
fuck
armpit.
that. Yeah. Dude, when he got, so he did all the dark, the manhole lid, and then he did all the shading. Then he did all the turtles green and white. And at this point in time, he was doing like this with the gun. I was like, and then he's like,
Quit being an asshole.
His last break was like, all right, let's take a break, and he's cleaning. And I'm like, okay, and you go, because I usually get that feeling of like, you don't get tattooed every day, right? So it feels like your body forgets about it, and then you're gonna go and get it. You're like, then I'm nervous. I'm like, is it gonna hurt? How's it gonna feel? Am I gonna have spots when I want to fucking cry? Am I gonna? And so he put the lotion on me, and he goes, let's take a 5-minute break. And I was all right. He went to the bathroom, and I went outside because he had me face down. So I went outside, stretched out a little, and then the masks were the last thing he did. So painful, right there in the middle, dude. I was like, and then I on purposely, like, I took my headphones, like I put headphones on, I was listening to some music, and I'm just like, and I was like jamming to some heavy rocks. I was like, fucking give me some of this, and I was like, but I was in pain, dude. I was like,
Did you see my Viking?
yeah, take your shirt off, dude. Let's see. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
So he got that one done, and he was hour and a half.
This hurts right up here.
It didn't.
What?
Like, dude, with tattoos, unfortunately with me, my artists will always be like, you need a break? And I'm like, no, I don't. Do you? Like, yeah, I do.
You mean?
It's like, I sat for, my longest one I sat without a break was 9 hours.
Jesus Christ.
It just feels good to me. I don't
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He did
I fell
ask.
asleep
Want
with
another
all
one? I
my
don't have one of
tattoos.
those. Want one of these?
Sure. I fell asleep on all of my leg tattoos.
Jack, you want some drink?
No, I'm okay, but thank you.
Nothing still?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm ready to get another one.
It's August. Don't stop talking. What was I gonna say? Yeah, there was a point in time he asked me, "Are you okay, dude?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, get it done."
Yeah, I love them. My goal when I'm done is, so I'm gonna get my other hand done, and then I'll probably get my knuckles done, and then I'm gonna fill in
Take it easy.
like all the negative space on my arms, both arms. Get that all done. And then
I
I'm gonna
heard this
start my
one
back
time.
piece.
Working for Company One, there was a guy that worked there. He was covering tattoos, and a welder, an old-time welder, all the shit. He came up to him and he was like, "You like getting tattooed?" Because he was like covered, and he goes, "Yeah." And this guy said, and I think about it all the time. This guy said, "Isn't that stupid to get that many tattoos?" And he was like, "What? Why?" And he said, "It's like wearing the same T-shirt every day." I was like, oh shit. And now that I'm getting all these tattoos, every now and then I go, is this a good idea? Like, I have to look at it for the rest of my
See,
fucking
now I
life.
figure I'm like, I'm too far into it now.
But you have basically both of your arms are done,
Both
right?
both sleeves. I just got to fill in some
Yeah.
the negative spaces to tie them in together. But I got both.
So you
sleeves.
know how Dan got the IGY6?
Looks so badass. I like
Yeah,
that.
dude. So I went to the same place he went to. Well, so Dave, we had him here for the 200. I went to that place, but apparently, and this is so funny because the tattoo that he's got, the tattoo that Dan's got is pretty badass. When I talked to Dave about it, I was like, "Oh yeah, my friend came in, and I guess his name was so and so. I can't remember the name." And Dave was like, "Oh yeah, they let him go." I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, he wasn't that good." And I was like, "Well, my other tattoo he did on my friend was badass." He goes, it's one of a hit and miss. And I was like, all right. But then I spoke with Dave, and he's the one that has been doing all my shit. He fixed all my stuff, and we did this, and now he's doing
Yeah, I
this.
have a lot of tattoos I need to get fixed. So that's part of sore subject. But
Fuck. You dirtbag, you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm on your side.
I just
Yeah.
I talked to my artist, and he's like, "So what's up with this one?" I was like, "We never finished it." He's like, "How long were you there? Total? Yeah, 12 hours. How much tattoo time? 4? And that didn't get done? Nope. I got a good idea how we're gonna turn that one around."
Oh, don't you love that shit, dude? The guy.
And I just tell him, this is kind of what I want.
Yeah.
This, like I said,
Yeah.
I want a Viking. I want it all black, but I want just a piece of red in there. Comes back, he drew it on, like sketched it like a 6-year-old, just for the placement. And he's like, "How's that look?" I'm like, "Sure." And then he got done, and I was like, "I fucking love it."
Yeah.
So I just tell him, this is the idea I want. You do it your way.
Yeah.
As long as it incorporate, it's what I want.
So Dave is the one who fixed both of this. Same thing. I started with this, if I'm not mistaken, and then he got like halfway done. I remember looking at it like, I fucking hate it. I hate the way he's looking. I hate what he's doing. And then this wasn't finished, and then we started with this one. And then I go, okay. And I was like, whatever, man. I gave him a bunch of money. I was just going to fill up my appointments. And then once I decided, okay, I'm done with this guy, both of these were like halfway. And the thing that I love about Dave is like, listen, man, this is it. And I showed him the picture of Crawley. I was like, this is his colors. I'm like, just all I want is to say Mr. Crawley at the bottom. And he's like, that's perfect. This one, and this is what I love. This was one sitting. This was one sitting. This was one sitting. I hate that we're gonna, because that's what the other guy used to say to me. He would tattoo me for a couple of hours. And he goes, yeah, we're gonna stop right there. And I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I cleared out my whole day so I can be here.
Yep.
And now you're telling me, oh, I'm just gonna tattoo 2 hours. Like, I just canceled everything I had going on because this is the space you had. And now you're shorting me down to 2 hours.
So yeah, that's I tell them. They said, "How long can you sit?" I said, "As long as you can tattoo." Like, I'll sit. So I want this piece done.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's an hour, it's an hour. But this guy,
Where's he
doesn't. He's in Clearfield.
Okay.
He doesn't screw around. He's not. He'll like carry a little conversation with you here and there, but he's just going to town. When he's tattooing, he's tattooing. It's not zzz, blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah 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 zzz, blah blah. Like, it's just like he'll talk while he's going. And he's like, "All right, you're done."
Yeah,
I was
same
like,
as Dave.
Cool. Like,
Yeah.
and it's this much, and you're military, so we'll cut it in half. I mean, there's been times like this tattoo, I tipped him more than he charged me.
Yeah.
I'm like, but he's like, always, "Hey, you give me a week notice, you'll get in." Okay.
That's crazy. Do you have any idea when you're gonna travel again?
For vacation, Yeah, we're going to New York in August, and possibly
And
going to
and the reason why you guys going to see somebody?
going to a wedding.
Oh, okay.
A guy I met through one of my podcast guests that lives in New York. He was a firefighter.
Okay.
He's getting married, and he asked me to be in his line.
Oh, nice.
So we're gonna fly out to New York for that in August, and then might be going to Colorado for a motorcycle function.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not the same weekend as New York. And then my nephew's getting married in October, so we're going to California in October, and then January, February we'll probably go back to we'll be going back to Mexico
Oh,
again.
that'd be nice.
But Oh, Florida in November. I don't know if I'm going, because she's gonna go with our oldest son and his family to Universal and all that. But November is right where I'm trying to get the last of my heavy runs in before the snow starts falling and slowing down my income. So
what are you gonna do? Remind me. Did you drive during this winter? You did, huh?
it sucked ass.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was
Dude,
the
I was
worst.
home for like 4 months, 3 months.
And I refuse to put chains on my truck.
Too lazy, huh?
No, I
Just
I'm a firm believer you put chains on to get out of trouble, not drive into trouble. So if the road's closed, there's a reason the road's closed.
Yeah.
And when those chains snap, and it's just a matter of when they snap, I'm ripping off my $2,000 fenders. I'm screwing up tires, and I have to pay for that. So I'd rather just sit for a day, wait for the roads to be good, and then go.
Yeah. Smart. You said Mexico in January, February? Which part? You guys got to go to my hometown. See all the Mayan ruins. Yucatan? Mérida, Yucatan?
I want to go somewhere where I can
Want me to tag
snorkel.
along, Daddy?
Sure.
It's just kind of nice to be alone, though. I'll be honest.
What I loved about it is we woke up and went, what do we want to do today?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we had no plans.
Yeah.
We made one plan to go to the ruins because we wanted to go see it. And everyone told me, don't go. Just pull up on YouTube the ruins and you can see it.
What the fuck?
And I'm like, so we went and I was
That
like,
defeats
this
the
is
purpose.
this is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and we had an awesome tour guide. I think that's what makes it, is if you have a good tour guide that just breaks down everything for you.
And you know what? You know what's crazy about it is that Tulum for me is the smallest out of all of them. Cause like Chichen Itza is like, I mean, that's the one that everybody. That's the
So we
temple
couldn't
that
go to
everybody
Chichen Itza. We wanted to go there, but there was a big strike
Oh, okay.
going on with the workers because the employers weren't paying them.
Yeah.
So there was a strike, so we couldn't go to the Chichen Itza.
So this is out. There's Chichen Itza, Tulum. There's we went to Xcaret, which is like a whole. Basically, you buy it at the hotel, and then they drop you off at the place, and you have 12 hours to do whatever you want. And then they're like, be here at that time, and then we'll take you back to your hotel. And it's like you have shows, you have music, you get from the hotel or from the tickets that you buy, you get to eat at one of the restaurants for free. If you want more, then you get to spend your own money. Shopping, they have like they have this humongous show at the end of the night that everybody like tells you to please stay for it, because it's like any other swimming with the dolphins, swimming with sharks, rays, snorkeling. They got this boat that is like, it goes like 150 miles an hour. They have everything, dude, and it's just a matter of what do you want to do.
Well, and I know Bert Kreischer is gonna do that cruise again.
Oh yeah.
So when they announce it, I think me, you, Justin, significant others.
Yeah.
The day the day they announce it, you have to book it, because we tried to go this last time.
You didn't go, right?
No, because we were waiting for you guys, and it was like the next day they were sold out.
Jack, you gotta get your thick ass with us, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, how fun would that be though?
Hell yeah, it'd
Be
be a
on a
blast.
boat for a week with just fucking killers.
Oh, you can drink? Yeah.
Oh, I'd be smashed just watching. Are you going to Bert Kreischer when he comes here?
Are you going?
No.
Why are you asking me? It's
Well,
sad.
I went seen him at the Red Rocks.
So, it's a new show.
Well, I know, but I got comedy tickets for
Brian Callen.
Brian Callen. So if anybody's looking for Brian Callen VIP tickets,
Those are
let Angel know because I just literally bought them, and
you can't go.
the wife told me reminded me we're going to Jelly Roll that night.
That's right.
So-
he just bought him like 5 minutes before you walked in, and she's like, "We can't go."
So
Brian
VIP
Callen's-
tickets for Brian Callen, let me know.
Yeah, I'll be there. So what? Do you want people to find you? Do you want people to?
Oh, are we done? Cool.
I mean, we don't have to.
I don't have social media, so
If you want a load move, or you want.
yeah, like,
So do you go through a company?
yeah. So I'm leased on. To
Are you attached to this company, or there's?
Yeah. So I have to run their DOT number.
Okay.
So I'm leased onto them, but I'm an owner operator. So I'm responsible for everything regarding my truck, but I'm running under their load board.
Now, what about this? So how does that work? The company that it contracts you, how do they make money out of you?
So they've got all their customers. So they've been around for 50 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
So they've built good relationships with the local businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So they just have a contract, and I make 80 some odd % of what the load entirely pays. So
Mm-hmm.
they take 20%, let's say, just for easy math, 20% of what the load pays for them for doing all of my dispatching and finding my loads and everything else. And their company drivers make 20 something %. So if you're a company driver, being an owner operator, you get 60% more pay because I have to pay. I mean, my insurance is $1,700 a month.
Mm-hmm.
My truck payment's $4,000 a month.
Yeah.
So they're not paying that. So
Yeah. You love it, huh?
I fucking love it. I would not change it for the world.
Who told you about this?
Me and my buddy Mike just was like, we were going to get into doing hot shots, which is flatbed, but with a pickup truck,
Uh-huh.
right? And so we were
Locally or all over?
all over.
There used to be a show about that, remember?
I think Shipping Wars or something is still on.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah, they will bid on it, and they will show you like different people that are doing this.
Yeah. So I had ordered a brand new Dodge
Yeah.
because that's what we were gonna do,
Yeah.
and we made a phone call to a guy we seen on YouTube and just a trucking guy. He's like, "Look, get a semi. You're gonna make more money. You're gonna be comfortable. Just get a semi." We're like, we don't have a CDL. Like with the truck, we weren't gonna have
Just
to
would
get.
one, dumbass.
Well, like never. I'm not driving a fucking semi. It's too big. Like they're scary. And I'm like, we've never done it. And we got off the phone call and went, well, we just lost $1,000 our second time because we ordered trucks through one dealership, and then I don't remember what happened, but we canceled that one, so we lost our $1,000 deposit or $500 deposit. Ordered at another place, got the trucks coming, canceled it, lost that, so we lost $1,000. Found trucks in South Carolina, and went and paid 4 hours at CDL Now to drive their semis. We had to pay them like $400 to drive around their parking lot. After that, took the CDL test, passed it, flew out the next day to South Carolina to pick up the truck and drive it to Texas to pick up a trailer.
God,
so-
so you have a truck and trailer?
I was leasing a trailer. I'm not leasing the trailer anymore.
Okay.
So
you just have
my
your truck?
company's trailer. Yep.
Is that a thing that you get your own trailers too?
I can't. So when I had my trailer, I made more percentage, right?
Yeah.
But when I hauled their trailers, I didn't. I would lose that percentage. And it was
Yeah.
like 5%. But when I'm hauling their trailers, they're responsible for their tires, their brakes,
Oh,
their
that makes sense.
lights,
That makes
everything.
sense. That makes
On
sense.
my trailer, I'm responsible
You
for
keep
it
the
all.
truck? The pickup truck?
No, I never picked it up.
Oh, that's right.
Never
You
picked
had the
it
bike,
up.
daddy, right?
I just got my bike.
Is that an Indian?
Uh-huh.
Have you been in it? You've been in it, right?
She loves it. So we went to Sturgis last year.
That's
which
right. That's right.
You didn't go, and you were invited. But we rode the Indian, and we rode the new CVO road glides out at Sturgis.
From where? Or whose?
At Sturgis, the Harleys.
Oh, you can? They
Yeah,
just let you borrow?
they've got dealers there. And the Indian was just so much more comfortable.
Is it really? Look
so
at
much more
you,
powerful.
You fucking traitor.
You ride it. You'll be like, oh, damn. My seat's heated.
Is it really?
Oh, fuck yes.
Was it cold? I think it wasn't cold, was it? August?
Sturgis? Oh, dude, we got pissed on coming home
Oh, you
last
got rain.
year. It
That's
was
right. You got
bad.
raining like a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. It
Overall, good trip?
was fun.
Yeah. Good old Dan, huh? Yeah. Fucking Dan. He was supposed to be here, but he's out of town.
Yeah.
He's got. Yeah. He. When I talked to him, he's like, and I'll be going to Canada or close to Canada on a bike, and I'm like, all right, dude, chill.
Let's go for a ride.
When?
You tell me.
No.
The 4th, Tuesday morning.
Where at?
We'll go down to that Sinclair out by Utah Lake. The one everyone goes and takes their picture
Oh,
by.
dude, you know what's funny? Now that you mention that, because I'm working at Provo. When was the last holiday? Labor Day or
Memorial?
I was like,
Or I don't. Well, I always get those two mixed up. But
yeah, me too. I go, I want to take my bike and go to the fucking famous Sinclair. I did, obviously, but
I've never been there.
that's right.
So
Dan has,
yeah. Let's go.
obviously. Okay.
And then we'll.
Wait, do you have a thing to put your phone and tell you where to go and shit?
Yeah.
Or your bike tells you that?
I've got navigation on my
Motherfucker,
bike.
dude.
Got navigation on the bike.
Well, hold on, dude. I'll do this, but I ain't no Dan.
It's fine.
You gotta be okay with me being in the back.
I bought her a motorcycle.
No shit. What'd you get?
A Grom. A little 125 Grom.
It's a good look at him right there. What is it?
Grom.
But what number?
GROM.
125?
Mm-hmm. Little black. It's not big. It'll go 55, 60 miles an hour. But just so she can learn how to shift. And be comfortable on, because she wants to ride, but when you get on a big bike, it's heavy, so it's scary. So teach her on something small. Learn how to shift.
Did you get your license? Did you get your endorsement?
My motorcycle license? Yeah, when I was 16.
Oh, okay, my bad. Oh, that's what you got, huh?
Yeah.
You popping wheelies?
I got on it.
Oh, you haven't gotten on
No,
it?
I gotta adjust the carburetor and fix the throttle.
Why?
Because
Oh, was it used?
yeah,
Okay.
well, it's used, but it had 20 miles. They put an aftermarket carburetor on it, and I think the throttle cable's too long.
Look
so
at those
it doesn't
with
have
the-
enough snapback.
That one underneath it. That one. Wait, what is that?
Fucking
Oh, without
rollerblade
tires.
wheels.
No, it's without tires. I
I
was like,
those rollerblade wheels.
I'm like, what is that?
But it fits her good. She can stand up on it. It's not heavy, and if she dumps it, it's not like a $10,000 motorcycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Learn. It's light. Shifting is going to be the same on any one you get on.
Dude, did I tell you? I mean, if you hear the episode, I sold the bike that I sold from the ex-wife. I saw it at Harley.
How much more do they want for it?
They just wanted 10 G's. I think about it every fucking day. Because my mom was the one who was like, what about your house? I was like, man, fuck the house, Mom. I never wanted to let this bike go.
That's how I feel about letting my Road Glide go. But I sold it to a friend.
Oh, okay, you get to see
And no, he lives in St. George.
it? Oh.
But just told him, if you ever sell it, I get first dibs.
Oh, that's right.
That's it. Give me the option to buy it first.
Yeah.
And I would buy it back.
The guy that I bought the
But I would never ride it. That's my problem, is I would only ride it to the nonprofit events.
the guy that I bought the iron, the one that I had, when I told him I was going to sell it, he was like, let me buy it from you again. I was like, for sure. And then by the time I was like, I'm ready, dude, he was like, nah, I can't. I was like, fuck. Like, all right, dude.
Yeah, I won't. It's not comfortable. Good God.
What?
Popular today. I was making noises. But after riding the Road Glide and riding the Indian.
You know how to ride a bike, Jack? You have one?
No.
What are you, a dirt bike?
No. My whole family's Harley, but I like the Indians better.
Oh,
Did you ever have your own?
Not yet.
Yeah, I have the Indian Pursuit, and I love it. Like,
Yeah.
I love it. Hands down it. It's not Harley, and everyone's like, oh, you own a Polaris.
Fuck that shit.
But I'm
Who
like, you know
cares?
what?
Yeah.
My shit doesn't rattle my teeth out of my head when I stop at a stoplight.
Mine does.
It's
It gives
comfortable.
me an erection.
It's comfortable. I've got friends that have the newer
it
road
loud?
glides and street glides.
Or is it,
I put
more of a
pipes on
Tesla?
it.
Oh, you
It's,
did?
yeah, it's deep.
Is it what?
It's a deep sound, but it's not blow out your eardrums when you go by. Like, you can hear it, but it's not blow out your eardrums.
I remember one of the few rides that I did with Dan. It was before I changed my pipes, and I had two on one side. And I was
Blowing
riding-
out people's
I
eardrums.
was riding with Dan. Dan's like, "Hey, can you make sure you're on my right side?" And I'm like, "Why? Dude, you blow my fucking ears with your pipes?" I'm like, "Well, they're all Yamahas." I was like, "Sorry, dude." He's like, "No, you're good. Just be on my right. Be on my right side." I was like, "You got it."
Yeah, let's set it up. Let's go ride Tuesday. We'll go in the morning. We'll go catch that Sinclair and then stop somewhere and get lunch and then call it a day before it's too crowded and too crazy.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Huh? Yeah, we'll go early.
You have a barbecue?
Yeah.
Do you have any
We're
plans?
not barbecuing, but we're going to a
Yeah.
barbecue.
Do you have any plans for the 4th?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I don't have any plans. We barbecue, huh?
I mean, you want to go to Willard, you can go to a barbecue.
Fuck that.
It's a long fucking way.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's where I drive from every goddamn Friday.
Yeah?
Fuck you guys.
Well, we came not from too far from there. We're coming up from West Point.
That's true.
You live out in Willard?
No, I mean I live in Taylor, but it's
Oh, okay.
basically the same shit. It's like 10 minutes away.
Right.
Is it really?
Yeah, we used to live in Hooper, so it's right.
Oh yeah, I used to live in
Right
Hooper
next to
too.
Taylor.
Where are you at now?
West Point.
West Point. Isn't that where Mariah is?
No, she's in South Weaver.
Dude, everything past Bountiful is Ogden to me, dude.
That's so not.
Yeah, I'm just saying. everything past
So not.
everything past Woods Cross, I was like, all right, I need an address now. Well, by the way, I never seen you without mustache.
You like that?
I can never get mine like dialed in, dude. Mine was like it was dabbing. One of them would start stretching out, and then my mustache was doing this. I was like, fuck.
So I went.
And then I said,
I was gonna get it trimmed down, and I went to a new barber, and he was like, "Are you sure you want to cut that?" And I'm like, "I don't know why." He's like, "You need to curl it." I was like, well, "You show me how." He's like, "Get a good heavy wax,
Yeah.
heavy mustache wax." And he pulled it out. He's like, "Yours already has the shape." I was like, "Oh yeah." When I'm bored and I'm at home, I just sit and twist it, and he's like, "Oh yeah." So he put wax in and curls it, and I was like, I kind of like it.
How about the ball? You keeping it?
I love it. I loved my mullet. I'm not gonna lie.
We don't. We didn't. You
She
did?
did.
You did? Why? No.
The skullet. Because let's just be real, shit didn't grow up top. I do kind of miss it a little bit.
Of course you would go to a Jelly Roll concert.
I haven't had it in over a year, asshole.
Yeah, that's why you shaved it off.
Yeah.
Last time I saw you were bald.
Yeah, I cut it. So, fun fact, story time.
Ooh, there you go.
When I checked
Eastern
into the VA's mental health ward,
Mm-hmm.
I saw my reflection in the mirror, and I had my skullet, and I looked homeless and strung out, and I went, nope. So when I got out of treatment,
You did it?
my dad did it,
Oh, yeah.
and I've been bald ever
God,
since.
I'm so close, dude. Shave my head. Look at this shit, man. It looks good because it looks better because I just got my dreads done, but and I just always I always gave shit by friends that will always wear a hat trying to hide it. I'm like, just rock that shit, man. But now I'm like, well, I'm becoming that guy.
You're like, I'm wearing a hat.
Now I'm wearing a hat everywhere.
See, and now I don't. I would always wear a hat everywhere. I'd wear a hat. Now
Yeah.
I don't usually wear hats.
You get
I
cold?
mean, I do, but just if I don't want to wear sunblock.
You get cold?
I mean, it's 80 degrees outside.
No, I mean when it's cold, fucker.
No, it's no different. I didn't have much fucking hair, anyways.
You had a hat on. Now you let
I
the
can
fucking
still wear a
skin
hat
break.
on.
Now beanies just stick a little bit
Yeah.
better.
Do you have a good set of hair, or is
Yeah.
it falling?
No.
No, you got a chunk, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, when I met Jack, he had hair down to his ass. You got that?
yeah.
What? Were you right? You got the mohawk?
Kind of, yeah. But that's just my go-to when I'm just like, fuck it, I don't want any more hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to go to the barber and get me a little spot and get the straight razor shave.
Yeah.
Have him line out my beard, and
Dude,
it's a good time for me.
my barber told me not to cut it. He's like, don't cut your hair.
Yeah, don't.
I'm like, why? He goes, I don't know if he was trying to save his.
Well, I mean,
save
as soon
himself
as
some
you
work,
cut it, though-
because I don't know what the fuck I would do with it.
As soon as you cut it, how long is it going to take you to grow that back like that? Because you'll regret it.
Dude, if I cut,
You know what I mean?
Dude,
Like-
I cut it for my 40th, because I cut like 6 inches down, and now I'm like, dude, my hair will be so long right now. But obviously, I can get extensions. Like I told Justin one time, I was like, I can come back next week and have dreads down in my ass. And I talked to my girls, shout out to Missy, in Ogden Dreads. I said maybe I should just get, and she was like, sure,
She's like, I don't care.
I'm down.
As long as you're checked on bounce,
Yeah,
bitch.
exactly. That's so funny because Justice says, well, of course they tell you they look good. You're paying them.
I think it looks good. I wouldn't cut it
wouldn't?
unless you were sick of dealing with it.
It's this hole right here.
Oh, bro, look at this hole. Right.
Yeah, but it's this little hole that is too much. Sometimes I go, what am I doing in my life? I'm 41. But then I get people that are like, yeah, but that's... Dan was one of them. He says, don't cut it. Who the fuck are you without dreads? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, exactly.
Do you want to find out?
What if I cut? I was like, I don't like this motherfucker.
Can you put extensions in? No, there's nothing to tie it to. No, I wouldn't cut it until you're like, okay, I'm sick of fucking dealing with it. That's when you cut it.
I did take my earrings off when I turned 40. I was like, done with the earrings. I'm not a rock star anymore. And there was one person out there who's like, no, you look better with it. I was like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I haven't worn earrings for a long time.
You have earrings? You had the diamond earrings, like you're black or something?
No. So they weren't in when I had it. Was the hoops when I was
Yeah.
younger. That's what was in.
Yeah, I took them out. Miss him? Yeah, but
I don't.
again,
miss
I'm
them at
like,
all.
I'm 41 years old, dude.
I don't miss them at all.
I mean, if I was a bastard boy, I'll get my nails done and buy ripped shirts, but I'm not. And if I wore that, I'd be like, where's your pen handling cup so we can put
See?
some money in there?
Yeah, that's this is the style I like. I made me a homemade cowboy hat rack in the truck. Leave my cowboy hat in the truck.
Dude, every now and then, Justin and I remember how you got a hold of us the first time. Because when we first started this podcast, I was saying, if you like Mountain Dew,
you fuck your cousin.
you're fucking your cousin, and you listen to Tim McGraw, and then you answer to that post. You're like, hey fuckers, I'm like Mountain Dew. I listen to Tim McGraw, and then you went ... But I don't fuck my cousin. So you got 2 out of 3. Anyway, it's good
Been
to
a
see you,
listener
man.
since day one.
It's good to see you. Thanks for supporting.
Still waiting every Monday morning when you post it. As soon as you post it, I'm watching it. It's on my truck.
Oh, you watching now? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't ever listen to it anymore. I just put it on my iPad and put it on YouTube, and then I can just drive, and then I can still hear it. But I like what you've done. The intro is so badass.
Oh yeah, he did say
Thanks,
that
man.
before you
I
came in.
love it.
Sweet.
And your thumbnails and shit. It's just you guys have gone to another level on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm excited to see where you guys keep going from here.
Yeah. 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 Jack is.
I just hope Justin doesn't get mad at me
why?
because I'm here and he's not.
And he's not.
Like,
Well,
you're
hey,
just taking my friends away.
Take less time off. You know what I mean? We're here.
Yeah.
Someone's got to keep the lights on. No, you know what he's got now? He does this thing where he goes, hey, I can record earlier, you know. But it's like something that, like, I said, I was planning on having you and Dan. Dan couldn't do it, and I called you and I said, do you want to do it? I'm up for it. Let's do it. And, but when he's gone, it kind of, I usually go like, who can I have? And I'm like, oh, I can have this guy. I can have this guy. I have a good chemistry with this guy. I can have good chemistry with this. And so I'm kind of like, yeah, we can do it Wednesday. But then part of me thinks, dude, if we do it Wednesday, are we bothering him because he's coming on Friday and he's coming from far away too? It's like, and obviously I don't want to do it without Jack. But
See, Wednesday turned out to be a very good day.
yeah.
We were anticipating it not being as good of a day as it was. So that's why
Yeah.
I didn't want to schedule anything,
yeah.
but it turned out we could have recorded on Wednesday and it would have been fine. So
That's good.
But I still love Justin. He's still my boy.
Yeah, for sure, dude. And the cool thing about it is like,
But I'll guarantee he's gonna be like, "The fuck?
No,
You
'cause
come when an angel asks you, but I've asked you and you don't go."
hey, take less time off. No, because I told him I was gonna have you. I told him, I said, no, I have and in fact when we talk about Wednesdays, I text him and I say, hey, Sarge can do Wednesday. So Friday it is. And he was like, well, I mean, obviously he came in and put his token here. But anyway, anything you want to say to the people before we leave?
No, thanks for having me on. It was a good time.
It was a blast. Always a good time, man.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for coming. One day we'll get you on the microphone. One day we'll get you on camera. You were on the audio on the first one, right?
She was on camera once.
She was?
Once or twice. Yes, you were. You
No, I
You were on camera the night that I was sending a video picture of these guys when I had my shirt off, ready to puke.
He got so shitty. He sent us a video. He got so shitty in the studio. He sent us a video and he's like recording himself. Half of his body is out the truck. He's letting his mullet up fucking fly. No shirt on, dude. We're
It's like
check out this
12
motherfucker.
degrees outside. It was the middle of fucking winter. I was fucking
You felt good
drunk.
that day.
I did not feel good the next day.
Yeah, but you started your podcast. That was a
Yeah.
good thing.
Good shit.
Jack, where can people find you?
You can find me at Jack Burger Design on Instagram and my website, jackburgerdesign.com. Hit me up for your graphic design needs.
Oh yeah, what is it? Lord_long balls. I think that's what it is. With a Z. That's to find Justin. He doesn't do anything. So don't follow him if you don't want to. You can catch me at Angel Severa on Instagram, Angel Severa on Facebook. That's my last name, Cervera. Follow us, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The other side of the Beehive. Thank you.
You can find me on I-15, I-80.
If you see this shirt on the freeway, wave at him. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Until next time, take care of yourselves out there, and we will see you on the other side of the Beehive.
Peace.
There we go.